What's wrong?
Oh.
What? What's wrong? What?
Yes.
What's happening? What do you have to say, please? Axel, if you would. Okay.
All right.
Well, you've heard it here first. Welcome to another episode of SuperSour. Well, it's a fucking really nice day down here in Florida.
It is really nice out today.
And we welcome you guys into another episode of SuperSour with us down here in Florida, wherever you're watching from. Ian, co-host. Joe, main host.
I think we're both just co-hostesses. Hostesses. You call yourself a producer.
Producer, host, editor,
Writer.
Welcome
to JoeCast.
marketer. You guys
Billionaire, playboy, philanthropist.
But, that being said, if your friends do something artistic, share it out, whether they do tattoos, art, graphic art, podcast.
Meth.
Maybe they make meth.
Some Heisenberg situation going on.
Yeah. I mean, just support. I don't think you're going to go to jail for supporting it. You're not going to go to jail for supporting this.
Definitely not.
Right?
You shouldn't.
Let me talk to Legal about that. Hey, what's up? I'm Joe from Legal. What's going on?
Can people get arrested if they watch this podcast?
Well, what have you guys been talking about?
You should probably watch the episodes.
I'll be honest with you. Your boss has been paying me
To not
buku
watch
dollar
them.
to I don't watch a thing. I don't. But can we keep? You seem cool. Can we keep it between us? You seem cool, dude. Oh shit.
Yeah, Joe.
Hello. What's going on?
Fire this guy.
Fire who?
The lawyer or whatever, the
What?
Attorney person.
He told me he was coming on today. What's he saying to you?
He doesn't do anything.
He doesn't do
Just
anything.
Flat out admitted.
Give me a second.
It's on recording.
Give me a second.
All right.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, lawyer. Yeah. What's up? What the?
Now you just gotta switch. You should have just switched.
Oh yeah.
angles.
Take two. Yeah. Hey, lawyer. What's going on, bud? You're a piece of shit. You're fired, doggy.
Well, it's been nice knowing you.
Oh fuck. What happened? What?
Get out. You're fired.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who I'm
Sorry,
talking
sorry.
to anymore.
Because I was on the phone with Joe, and then the lawyer talked, and then it was Joe talking. We're funny. We were cracking up the lady at the bar today. You saw that? We were cracking her up. Best people she's talked to all day for sure.
Oh, 100%.
Hilarious. You were trying to make jokes about stealing. I was momming you. I was like, Ian, you don't mean that. He doesn't mean that. He's not trying to. No, I mean it. You're like, he was doubling down. I mean it. The ball jokes, hilarious. I mean, we crushed.
She was on my team.
She was on your team, which then, I made a big deal about, which she also laughed about. It was hilarious. Finally, somebody was on Ian's team. I mean, was she white? Obviously.
You don't know what race she was. She could have been mixed.
So we're talking about, we just came from seeing The Machine. The Machine! So let's talk about it step by step, like we said. First of all, razzled. Given the bartender, Bert Kreischer would have been excited by our whole our swag, our entrance to the area. I wish you would have worn flip flops. I'll say that. I wish you would have worn flip flops in Bert Kreischer style. He wears flip flops.
Jeans and flip flops?
He does wear jeans and flip flops. That's exactly what Bert wears.
I don't like that though. I think it's weird.
I don't like it either, but you got to meet him. I didn't wear jeans. I just wore joggers, but I wore flip flops. I represented Florida. I got asked if I was a damn alumni. That threw me off.
Well, it's because
Does it say alumni on here? It doesn't even say it. It doesn't say alumni.
University of Florida.
Yeah, but it doesn't say like I get it.
I mean, typically people who wear those shirts
Are alumni? No, are
go
they
to
women?
college.
They have a lot of.
I mean, maybe.
They
I can't speak for all of them.
have a lot of accusations where alcohol is involved. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
But
Their names, they wear them, and their names are Chad,
I would never wear
Blake,
a University
Todd,
of
and
Florida
Tad.
Gators shirt
Right.
if it wasn't like the sports variety. You know,
I see what you
I'm
mean.
saying?
Yeah, it's gonna have a little bit of like
Yeah.
logo and I'm representing a lot of it. And this guy asked me, he's like, "You an alumni?" I'm like, "What?"
It also says like 153. I don't know. That could be like a donated like.
I got it from a thrift store.
It's most likely a donated like fraternity shirt.
Yeah. Yep. Thrift stores. Check it out. Check them out near you. Thrift stores. You can get good, cool swag like this.
People can think that you went to college.
So once we get there, we roll in. You're not wearing the gear. Me and Reese are flip flopped up.
Bert Kreischer wears this.
He would wear this. He would.
Yeah.
With sneakers. You're right. To a special. You're right.
I just needed the hat.
Touche. Man, the hat would have been key.
I have so many hats that I could have worn that were like Bert Kreischer's style.
But let me say this. I don't want to hanker on it too long because I don't want to end up talking spoilers or anything like that. But can I say this? That two things. One, I tweeted about this, put it in the Instagram post. It's what's going to bring. I've said this when they announced that they were actually going to do. Tom and Burr have been talking about doing comedy movies for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's what's going to bring the comedy genre back. Comedy, action, comedy, whatever. They're going to bring the comedy genre back from when we were young in 2008, 2012, watching
I hope so.
Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express, and shit like that.
Rush Hour.
Like it's what's going to bring it back. And I don't want to sound corny or anything like this when I say it, but like, dude, I was laughing so hard at one point, and I stopped laughing, and I wasn't crying because I was just crying. I started like watering up because it was so good. The movie was so good, and I was having such a good time with you guys that I started to well up, thinking like core memories. I was like, this is core. I'm like, I'm gonna remember this moment forever because we knew the references, we got the jokes, and whether we got the jokes or not, Bert went for it, and it just made me like well up, thinking like comedy movies are back. Like we're back. Like Fat Astronauts is coming soon, and that's gonna be next level shit.
No, it's not.
Try them. They said that they weren't going to be in the Daytona 500. They said that they weren't going to make a fucking.
They were in the Daytona 500.
They're sponsored by Daytona.
That's wild.
They're sponsored by NASCAR.
I'm just now catching up to where they just started Two Bears.
Yeah, they did a live special in Daytona.
That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. They are big. They have Two Bears Racing. They have a car racing team that came to fruition.
That's what I'm saying. I just got to where they bought Tom the race car.
There's a lot of comics right now that are doing really good, and sometimes they become disconnected. But Tom and Bert are two guys that you just love to see them win, and especially Bert. And coming back to it, like I can't say too many of my favorite things in the movie without giving spoilers. But I mean, just perfect casting, perfect joke writing, the filming, the cinematography.
Oh, it was spot on.
I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that at all. Like the transitions from like seeing past Bert into present Bert telling stories and stuff.
Yeah, where it transitions like seamlessly.
Yeah,
it's pretty nice. Well, and also the thing is, the movie was so Bert.
It was so Bert.
Like if you watch that movie, I guarantee you, it's what Bert would have explained like in person. You know, like how theatrical he is with literally all of his storytelling.
Yeah,
that's how the movie was.
It's great. It's so good.
Now, I was upset that Tom Segura wasn't in any.
I thought there was going to be.
I thought he was going to show up at the thing at the beginning.
Right. Yeah. At the party. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think with them filming the entire thing in Serbia, like I think Tom and them were not gonna.
They could have flown him out.
I feel like Leanne was like the best he could get.
I don't know.
And Leanne crushed it with her part.
Oh.
You sit there and wonder why she's not the actual
parts.
wife. I mean, yeah, what was it? No booze, Kreischer? Remember that? Because like the
yeah. Well, I think she could have played herself.
I think so too. I think she could have just played the mom.
Yeah, I think the mom was a little over the top.
guys.
But again, that's Bert's story.
At this point, Bert, the Machine movie was in theaters for only Memorial Day. So at this point, we can only tell you guys when it comes out on Netflix or wherever he eventually brings it out on DVD, obviously Netflix. You need to go purchase this. You'll see me at Target early morning on a Tuesday, which is when Target releases their special releases for DVDs and video games. You'll see me there on Tuesday morning when the Machine releases with its special Target exclusive edition or whatever, because I want it. I need it in my life.
I can't wait till the pops come out.
Yep. Oh my God, Bert as a pop. Oh,
I
forget about it.
He's gonna get one.
Yeah, yeah, shirtless
After
Bert
this,
with the hat. Yeah, little beer
holding
in his
a
hand.
Tito's.
Holding a Tito's. Yeah.
Tito's and soda.
I'll get the pop of the Russian lady. I really like her.
Oh yeah,
she was cool.
Great character.
Shouts out to
Really
her.
turned around.
Yeah. Amazing. Huh?
Spoilers.
Smoking hot too. Tell you that much. Okay. Let's talk about something else I wanted to bring up, which was this. There's something that's been brewing in my brain, right? And guys, when you follow this community, you follow this brain and the backup to this brain. And this brain has a lot of ideas for all of us to have a lot of fucking fun. I'm telling you, man. So let me ask you this, and at home, we'd love to hear your thoughts of this on the comment and like your memories of this. You remember field day, Ian? In elementary school, you remember field day? Did you have field day?
Describe field day.
So I will describe field day, and then after this, I'd love to describe a story that made me think about this idea that I've already had, but that made me think about wanting to bring it up today. So, and of course, you can respond first. Field day at my elementary school, shouts out Frontier Elementary School down here in Pinellas County, was a day where, first of all, at my school, not every school did this, but I'll just tell you what we did. Every class would participate, and it was like a contest outside day. So no school, no classes all day. It would be like a Friday or something, and it was all outside activities. We would tie-dye shirts for teams, or a teacher would buy like a certain color shirt, but because it was Florida, they would buy white shirts and have us tie-dye them so that way we were not so hot. You know what I mean? And then what it was a day of kickball, baton track and field, like I think we played like soccer. There would be a game of capture the flag. There would be a game like we would play a lot of like outside activity games, like the fucking horseshoes. We would play a whole bunch of outside games, and the classes would collect points. And at the end of the day, whoever won got some bullshit reward, whatever. Probably every classmate got a fucking candy bar or something.
Yeah, we didn't do that.
No,
nothing.
Let me know in
that.
the comments if you guys know about this, because it sprung my memory the other day. I was like, man, I wonder if anybody would do that, because
I mean, we had a field day, but it wasn't like that.
What was field day to you?
It was just
track and field.
What? No, it was like all the outside activities, yeah, but there was no competition, there was no like structure to it. It was like, oh, you can go over here and play kickball, you can go over here and play foursquare, but it was all day.
Right.
Or like you can go over here and like walk on those like fucking the tin can stilts.
That was just like a play day, like for us they would call it, like something like that, like a
that's what our
free for all or whatever they would call it. They would go, yeah, no, field day was a big event, and parents would participate. They would, kids would have to come with sunscreen hats because we'd be outside all day long.
Yeah, no, we never had anything like that.
Oh man, it was so much fun. Well, that brings me to my idea, and I'll tell the story that was hilarious today that made me think of this. But I'd like to propose, and this is going to get lost in ether, but it's going to come back. And guys, if you watch, seriously, if you know us and hang out with us, please hit us up. We'd love to make this happen. A SuperSour field day with our closest friends. We have to get at least 10 to 15 people, friends and family, at the minimum. We can get more.
Mm-hmm.
We need that. And then we set up a day of games outside. We go to a park somewhere. We play kickball. We play there's other games too, like the water balloon toss, where you toss water balloon from one to another, and you catch it. If it pops,
and then
you
have to
lose.
slowly start backing away.
Exactly. And then
eggs.
Yeah, just like the eggs, but they would do water just to make it less messy.
Yeah.
And then there's the two-legged race, sack race. You would do shit like that. And we could do all that shit. Kickball, fucking a track and relay. I mean, it would be so much fun. Everybody just hanging out, drinking beers, drinking water, of course.
Gotta stay hydrated.
And then we'd have snacks. Everybody pitch in, and we'd film it all. It'd be a great fucking. Everybody get to relive, or if you haven't lived it before, live field day from what I used to experience. What is field day? And everybody gets to like make their own jerseys, like their jerseys. You can wear jerseys, you can wear tie dye, whatever you feel most comfortable in as an adult. Wouldn't that be fun? You're all about it right now. It'd be fucking fun.
I'm definitely about it.
You can play dodgeball outside, kickball, of course.
We would do
wiffle ball. Wiffle ball is
this
fucking
be like an
fun.
8-hour thing.
Oh, it has to be an all day thing. 100%. 100%.
At least
an
8 hours.
Barbecue, burgers, grill, all that shit. So we're gonna make it happen. SuperSour Field Day coming to you soon.
We're gonna figure it out.
Let me tell you the story. What happened. So I woke up this morning and I walked crypto. It was about like 10:30, 10:40. We woke up late. I wanted to wake up a little bit earlier to get ready and have some coffee and all that shit, but I only got to have one cup of coffee.
What time did you wake up?
10:40.
Same.
Yeah, nice. And I know because neither of us had any notifications from each other liking or sending videos.
Yeah.
So I wake up and I walk out the back patio, start walking crypto. I hear first thing I feel is wind. It's beautiful out at 10:40 in the morning this morning at Florida, May 26th, I think it is 27th or whatever. And it's beautiful outside this morning. And 27th. And I walk out there, I'm walking crypto, and all of a sudden I hear a bunch of kids yelling and screaming at the pool. We were right next to one of the pools, and I hear
and you were like, hey, shut the fuck up over there. People
y'all better not be in that toilet.
You better not be in that toilet.
So
people are trying to sleep.
We're walking by, and I'm like, me and crypto, and I'm like, man, it's just so like I'm not hungover or anything like that. I'm just like, God, could you imagine? And also like, fucking A, it's such a beautiful day. Imagine trying to relax and like chill out, and you're just hearing all this shit. And there's a bunch of kids yelling and screaming. And as we get closer, all of a sudden I hear. And then I hear another little kid go, get off of him. He's drowning. You got to get off of him. And then a kid surfaces and goes, and then you hear the follow-up. It's silent, and all of a sudden you hear the follow-up. And I'm like, that's exactly what I do. I started laughing. I'm like, what a bunch of dumb idiots.
What a nerd.
So I'm passing by. I start looking through the gate, and I see like there's like this girl who's so indifferent. She must be like some like daughter or like aunt or something who just doesn't want to handle these kids, because she's like holding this kid like, and he's crying and bitching him out. Meanwhile, all the other kids making this one kid, whatever happened, feel like shit, because I hear him going, "Why'd you had to get off of him? He couldn't breathe. You had to get off of him." Meanwhile, this kid, he's going. He jumped on me. What was I supposed to do?
Drown him. It's the only solution.
This kid's not good at helping himself. He jumped on me. What am I going to do? I mean, I don't know. Not drown the kid to death? I don't know.
He snorted it.
Not take the chlorine water and dump it down this kid's throat? Are you kidding me? And I'm looking, and I mean, then after that, like they're arguing like that for a minute. Those same things. Why'd you dunk him? I didn't know what to do. He jumped on me. Kid, every other sentence, and then quiet, crying. Then I hear a ball hit the fucking water. I look in. The kids have literally just went, and like dogs, they all were just like, yep, they were like, yeah, ball. Let's okay. Who's doing what now?
And that situation's over.
They just left it. But two things. Fuck that little kid for ruining the goddamn day. Clearly, I think he was exaggerating. I didn't see it happen. This little boy was exaggerating.
Kids typically
got some water in his mouth, got some water in his nose, and all of a sudden, he's dying.
I was drowning.
Yeah. And the rest of the kids, number two, rest of the kids, I mean, if you were one of those kids growing up who was just jumping on the person who you thought did something wrong, you're a snitch in real life right now, doggy, and I'm watching you. That shit of like, why'd you do that, Jimmy? Why'd you do that? You don't fucking know what Jimmy did. You don't know what happened.
He jumped on me first.
Yeah, he jumped on Jimmy first. But it was funny, and it made me think of reason fucking 5 million to not have kids. Imagine trying to enjoy this day. You wake up on a Saturday morning for once. You get a lot of sleep. It's 9:30 in the morning, we'll say. And you go outside, you're just trying to relax, and you go, you know what? I'll hang out by the motherfucking pool today, or I'll go hang out on my patio. And all of a sudden, you just start hearing the rumble and roar of a bunch of tiny children screaming and hollering about dumb bullshit because little Timmy was being drowned by little Johnny, but he wasn't really being drowned. It was just an exaggeration. And little Timmy's a little bitch. Wouldn't it just ruin your morning?
Not at all.
Really? That wouldn't ruin your morning. Half ruined mine.
I'd laugh about it.
I mean, it made me laugh too, but like if you had to be
See,
responsible.
it's just them.
But if you had to be responsible for them.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, maybe.
That's my point, yeah.
But no, them just playing and having fun and being loud would.
That's whatever.
ruin
No,
my
I don't care
morning.
about that. I'm saying when
No,
the shit
that's
goes wrong,
what
which
would ruin my morning.
would inevitably, them having fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Dude, let me tell you something. Let me switch subjects real quick. I watched a video of them saying, this is what it looks like on an x-ray when you rub your eyes. And all the comments were like, I'm never rubbing my eyes ever again. This is horrifying. And I was like, oh my God, it feels so good.
The X-ray? Like, what do you mean?
There was somebody, like, they CAT scanned, x-rayed, whatever, of, like, people going like this to their eyes.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like their eyes was like pushing back into their head and like rotating a bunch of shit. Yeah,
that's what eyes are designed to do. That's why there's a whole fucking cavity back there.
Yeah.
So when you inevitably get hit in the eye,
yeah,
it doesn't just puncture. Like, there's some give to it. It's how.
Well, these dumb
it's how we're-
20-year-old Karens are like, oh my God, I'll never do that again. I'm making sure my kids never, ever rub their eyes. And I'm like, doggy, it feels so good and it's so fine. It's fine.
Well, yeah. Well, you're not supposed to because of like.
Not supposed to do drugs either, but
Well, yeah, but no.
not supposed to have fucking
it
7
can
beers by
introduce-
5 p.m. either, but here we are.
It can introduce more bacteria and like other things. That's how you can get like pink eye and like infections and stuff like that. Which
Wait
is
a minute.
understandable.
So that's not from when I've been eating, asshole?
Well, I mean, have you been rubbing your eyes afterwards?
It's kind of like when you eat hot wings. I mean, what am I supposed to do?
Not rub your eyes.
Oh.
Is that why my eyes burn every time I have hot wings?
My vision might be going.
Fuck, mine is.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. Man, maybe you want to talk. That made me want to talk about a bad dream I just had about getting old recently. But
Go on.
no.
Share.
Sure. Okay. Well, I recently had a bad dream. I
Uh-huh.
shared with Reese about where I was. Dude, it was so funny, like how ironically scary it was, like out of nowhere. So like I had a dream that I was Reese was giving me this tour of this place, right? Had a gaming room, right? And I'm like, oh, nice. Had a basketball court. I'm
We're
like,
like, how are we gonna afford this place?
I go, oh, it's nice. She goes, and this is like that. She goes, look at this pool area, fucking nice ass pool with jacuzzi, party area, bar. You were there. She was like that. You were at the bar, and she was like, there's Ian.
Naturally.
You did one of these. You like a movie. You went.
Hey.
Yep. She was like, let's go check out the rooms. We check out the rooms, and then there was it seemed very like elderly driven. And I said to her, I go, man, I feel like when I was younger, it would have been great to have this. Like I said that out loud in the dream. Then she brings me to this smaller room that has like a few computers in it, and she's like, this is the email computer room. This is where people come to like email their kids and shit like that. And I go, well, I mean, I'm not like, why would I use this? Like, I'm not an old person. She goes, Joe, this is a home. We're 55. And I like started crying, and then I woke up, and I was like, what? Oh my God. I genuinely like had to like I
you
was
had
living that
kids?
moment. Like, no, we didn't have any kids or nothing like that. Like she just
Well,
like,
55's a little late. to have
it was
kids.
like it felt real because that's how like Reese would be trying to like really convince me like, no, it's cool if we live here. Like it's an old people's home. It's whatever, they're gonna take care of us. We have all these things. And I was sitting there like super convinced, like rubbing my belly, going like, well, this seems like it's good for like an old person. And she was like, we're 55, and I was like, oh, and I woke up like that. One of those,
That's wild.
right? Not cool. Don't do salvia. Let's talk about. I want to try salvia so bad. I missed that wave.
I feel as if it would be pretty.
You ever watch the videos of salvia trips?
Yeah, where people like fucking.
live different lives and shit.
Yeah.
You ever heard of Ari's story where he like
He like lived another life for like
10 years?
10 years. I thought it was like 6 months.
Either way, 6 months,
Still,
10 years. Way too long to be living an
I have
alternative
dreams
life
like
and
that.
drugs. Yes, I feel like a lot of people do. Fucking salvia is probably like a natural thing in your brain, like DMT. But people have stories on DMT like that too, where they like do DMT and they like live a different life for a second.
Yeah.
It's a little bit shorter from what I've heard. I don't know. Let us know how you deal on salvia and DMT.
I had a wild ass dream a couple of days ago.
Do share.
We were at the racetrack just getting beer.
Yep.
And I was in line waiting, holding like a case of beer.
Mm-hmm.
And you walked up to me holding your stomach, and you're like, that guy just fucking stabbed me. And I was like, what? And he's like, but you were like calm. It was
I
weird.
probably didn't hit a vital organ.
It was wild. That's why I was like, what are you talking about? And then you like.
I'm assuming in this dream I'm a well-trained doctor. I know where the stab went.
No, it was just Joe.
I'm not wealthy at all.
Pretty sure you were wearing that same goofy shirt.
All right. Well, this dream hurts tenfold now. Please go on. Fucking worst doctor ever. Go ahead. Never coming to you for a stab. What's the first thing you're going to say? Goofy shirt. Okay. Now let's move forward.
No. I didn't say that in my dream. I was just like, what are you talking about? And then when you opened your hands and there was like a stupid amount of blood.
Yeah.
And I was like, I freaked out for a second and I was like, who the fuck did this? And you pointed out this random guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I commenced to like fucking just smash the beers over him. And
Smash.
Oh, yeah. It was wild. And then everything stopped. And then we just bought the beer and left and you were fine.
Oh, well, good.
Dreams are weird.
Oh, vengeance.
Yeah.
I don't know how much time we have left, but I'd like to talk about if we could. It's going to be a little bit.
Between the two of us, we probably got like
30 minutes.
30 minutes. That's a little soon. We've got at least another like
15, 20 minutes.
Like 50 years.
Wait, between us?
Maybe. Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
So like split between? Or 50 each?
Probably split between. I'm not gonna live that long. It's gonna be like a 30-70 type deal.
I'm going past 50, doggy.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a 70-30 type deal. You get the 70%.
We're gonna have to work this out in your will.
Will.
Let's talk about something I had a thought about the other day. On this podcast, we talk a lot of nostalgia, a lot of old stuff. I don't know if you've had time to think about this since I've sent you. It's been in the topics of quite a lot. But I was thinking the
70-30, baby.
70-30. I was thinking the other day about like my favorite year growing up, and I feel like a lot of people have that. People talk about it like kind of like nonchalantly, like But I like to do a lot of interactive topics where like if you're watching right now, you could definitely please tell your story, tell whatever your favorite years growing up, whatever it may be. So I was curious because everybody's I think is different, and I think I've asked that question to people before, and the reaction I get is you're going, ooh, like you get a nice like people start getting hit in the heart because they're like starting to really think back.
Memories.
What's my favorite one? And it's hard to pick one specifically, so I usually like to like give an exception of like giving a time frame. 2006 to 2008 was the best years for like America and myself, in my opinion.
For America.
Like BC to Wrath of the Lich King was coming out in that time. BC was already out in 2006, and Wrath of the Lich King came out a few years later. And me specifically, at that time, I was in 7th grade. Plowing kisses. I was getting kisses left and right. Because in middle school, you don't plow pussy. You just plow kissies. You get kissies. And dick touchies sometimes. Sometimes you get an OTP HJ. And that's pretty cool, too. Which is when that happened. Around that time.
That's pretty cool.
I got my first OTP HJ around that time. And
was that like what, 8th grade, 7th grade?
7th grade is when I got my first OTP HJ. Over the pants hand job, by the way, for anybody who needs to know. Around that time, like Spider-Man 3 was out as well. Like that was like had already been out like around 2006. And doggy, like I was skateboarding around that time. I hit goth phase, all black, wearing Avenged Sevenfold shirts, both of my Valentine shirts. Long hair that was down to my eyes and shit.
Constantly over your eyes. Big fuzzy hair. And,
I'm at the Burger King. Burger Queen.
That's what you're doing?
That's exactly what I was doing for every chick I was with. And I took up skating at that time too. At that time I was taking up RuneScape, skating, and Call of Duty heavily. And dude, like I for those years I was in all black wearing fingerless gloves. Shouts out Big J Okerson. Anytime I could, I'd wear fingerless gloves. I'd wear a white t-shirt under my black t-shirts because I was gaining so much weight from just like being a flat schlub kid who was just like skating and eating food all day.
So you wore another layer to make you appear bigger?
It like really like disguises the fat.
Fuck. Maybe I should start doing that.
It makes you look bigger, but it disguises your fat.
I'll start doing that.
Just give it a shot. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's really old school though. That's really old school. That's very 2008. So, and at that time, here's the thing though.
Oh.
You might be wondering, Joe, why didn't you stick with the skating? I learned how to skate. First of all, I was gifted a Target skateboard from my parents, so not really well.
Shouts out.
Better than Walmart, but still the same shit. And when I asked for a pro skateboard, because I rode on a pro skateboard, my friend had a pro skateboard that cost like $250, and it was so much better. And when I asked my parents for it, they were like, "You
have a skateboard. There's skateboards at home.
There's skateboards at home, exactly." You think we're gonna buy you a skateboard? My father was rude about it. He was like, "You think we're gonna buy you a skateboard when you can't even ollie?" And I was like, "Oof, you got me," because I couldn't even ollie.
He had a point.
Yeah. So I tried to learn how to ollie forever and ever and ever. And he sold his own poison, dude. Because here's what happened. This is also altogether became the best year. So that was all happening for me. I was listening to all those bands. I got into all those bands. I was skating. I learned how to ollie. Finally did my first 5 ollies in a row. Fucking psyched. Busting my ass every day. Fucking trying to ollie because I just wasn't good. And finally, that night, as a reward, Joe brought me inside to a computer, a souped-up computer that I had never seen before, with the opening screen of Burning Crusade. It was over. Bye-bye skate career. Bye-bye. It's time to enter the world of Warcraft.
Naturally.
And I spent the next few years playing World of Warcraft, staying up super late, watching like Nick at Night super late, and also at that time Dane Cook Vicious Circle had just come out and you could watch it on YouTube in full all the time. So I would play World of Warcraft and watch Dane Cook Vicious Circle
over and over
and listen to like 2006 to 2008 hits. And I mean, just peak happiness. Shadowrun the game, the first person shooter was out. Halo 3 was out.
Oof, Halo 3.
Yep. Yeah, you're welcome for the nostalgia bump. Ian?
I mean, it's definitely the same time frame.
2006, 2008. It was so good for everybody at that time.
Like, when the first Modern Warfare 2 came out. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
The amount of time.
Oh, yeah. Dog, yeah, I made my
logged on
parents
game.
watch that. I was like, look at this. Look at the trailer. Look how... They're like, they don't know.
But, no, I mean, but I can also say, like, my freshman year of high school, never showing up. Literally, my days were just filled with fucking weed and skipping school and
just doing whatever.
Fooling around. And
is there any big things that were around at that time that was, like, really, like, influencing you that you did every day besides drugs?
No.
Being a motherfucking gangster.
What, the Carter 4?
That's pretty good.
That was a big fucking banger. Everyone was fucking listening to it. I would have to say the same thing, but I was just fucking gaming. Like,
That's it.
Literally, I would go to school, do whatever, come home, game, repeat.
Right.
And that was peak.
It was perfect.
On the fucking tube monitor.
Perfect.
Down to the last minute detail.
It was beautiful. Let me ask you something. We've been hitting nostalgia buttons. We've been doing a lot of things. Let's go off on, I think, something that can also help out people down here in Florida. If you're down here and you don't explore too much, or if you're just coming down here. Ian, what's your top 3 bars down here in St. Pete, Clearwater area, down here in the great old Florida area? Top 3.
Top 3. In no particular order.
No particular order.
I would have to go...
It always makes it easier for people when they say that.
Definitely Frenchie's.
For sure. I'm with you on that.
Because, you can, like, make a day of it.
Yeah, Frenchie's South Beach, everybody.
Yeah, do the drink challenge.
$2 specials, $2 to $3 specials,
$3, $3.50, and then I think there's a $4
yeah.
one. Yeah, something like that.
It's usually
it's
like
always
some kind
changing.
of
But
it's
it's
usually some kind of light beer and then an IPA, something like that.
So it's always back and forth.
Yeah.
Toucans.
Toucans is really good. All on the beach so far.
That's a great
Because the
place.
beach bars are some of the best.
Yeah. I mean, there's no fancy deals, but I mean, it's just a good bar. It's like right, again, same with Frenchie South Beach. It's on the other side of the road, but
Yeah.
reasonably priced. Great atmosphere. They got bands and all that shit. It's a great place for like a first date or just really any occasion.
Because you got that inside-outside choosing seating. You got
yeah.
You got
You
window
go
bar
outside,
outside
smoke
seating.
cigarettes, yeah.
And then you got the outside seating as well.
Yeah. That is smoking. Because I mean, a lot of people like that option now.
Yeah.
So it's like, even if you have friends who smoke, like, yeah, we can just sit at the outside spot.
Right.
If you're not a pussy, don't mind the heat.
Yeah, well, usually by nighttime it's nice and breezy anyway.
Oh, at nighttime, that's a way different story.
What you got for number 3? 3 spot.
Oof.
It's tough, I know.
I mean, if you like to party, I'd say go to Shipwreck.
Or Shepherd's. You think Shipwreck is better than Shepherd's?
Shepherd's is like...
I've never been to Shepherd's or either of these.
I've been to Shepherd's. Shepherd's is like a club.
Right.
It's a club on the beach. So, I mean, if you like clubs, definitely I would, you would take Shepherd's over Shipwreck. But Shipwreck is like kind of a party bar.
Okay.
And it's really loose there.
Right.
So, I mean, like, you go into the bathroom and do some, and nobody's probably going to say anything. It's just a big party. I mean,
that's a party, man.
There's been a couple of times where I got so trashed that I walked out and I came back later, like at a different occasion, and they were like, hey, you walked out on your tab, but
it's all right.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Back and forth. Yeah, I would say that. I mean, they're all on the same beach. But like other smaller bars, like, I mean...
Yeah, I was so far I was giving his beach bars, which is, it's a prime answer for Florida.
1833 or some shit like that. I forget where it is. It's off of Belcher and...
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Willard's?
No.
Okay.
It's
like a bar called 1833.
Yeah, it's like 1833 or 1933 or some shit like that. It's like
this I haven't heard of.
Pub and whatever. It's like a beer bar, and they make really good food. That's a great place to go. Monkey Bar off of West Bay.
Monkey Bar is great. By the DMV.
That's a pretty chill place to go.
Monkey Bar off West Bay by the DMV is amazing. It's not off West Bay. It's off Drew or something like that.
It's off of Gulf to Bay.
Golf. Yeah.
It's not like a party bar, but it's a great place to just go and chill and drink.
Cheap beers.
Yeah.
Cheap drink specials. Let me go ahead and say again. I agree. Frenchies. No matter which one you go on South Beach is amazing.
They're all nice.
Really good. They've definitely changed it from when I was a kid, and it's a lot better. Hogan's Bar on the Clearwater Beach. It's the best. Not the best, but it's so fun. Same thing, like window seating, a nice decent bar, very chill setting. I like the lighting in there as well. So Frenchie's, Hogan's Bar, and then number 3's tough around here because I'm thinking there's so many bars in St. Pete and Clearwater and on the beach. And I'm trying to think of a bar that I frequented or anything like that. And
see, I've never really been to like the St. Pete ones or anything like that. I'm sure there's like a lot of similar places.
St. Pete ones are really nice. Down here. I'm trying to think. Coco Cafe is an extremely really good one because
where's that?
It's on Indian Rocks Beach, and they don't necessarily have. I think they have some draft or whatever, but they have a beach patio, and you can buy bottled beers there. They have a cooler with bottled beers, and you can just grab it out and pay for the bottled beer. They'll give you a cup if you want it, or you can. I think they have some draft. I'm not going to say they do. But it's usually just all bottled beers, and they serve ice cream and stuff there. So you can
ice cream and beer. Hell yeah!
You can. They give you the option to make your own like ice cream float with beer if you want to, which is not necessarily. Some people don't like that, but some people do.
Maybe with like a Guinness.
But there's a lot of different IPAs and stuff like that. And then their patio was literally like sand beachfront, so you can walk out to the beach with it and then say, "I got my beer there."
That's like Frenchie's Rockaway.
Also, the one that you introduced me to, the iguana up on top of the rooftop in Clearwater Beach on the hotel, where it's extremely hard.
That.
If you're going on a weekend, forget about it. Don't even try to go up to
get
that
there
rooftop.
at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and sit there
and just
until
hang
sunset.
out. But otherwise, if you go on a weekday, you can go on there like 5, 6 p.m., hang out, and then watch the sunset from a rooftop.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad.
If it's not summer.
You're going to pay a little overpriced on beer because of the ambiance, but like it's really cool, especially if you want to hang out and enjoy. They have tower Jenga, shit like that. But those would be my top ones around the area. And then, of course, like you have some honorable mentions. Like there's a gay bar down off of Cleveland Street down here. It's the only bar off of Cleveland Street. It's a very small bar. They take cash only.
The Flag?
I think that's what... Why do you know that?
Aaliyah goes there.
Does she really?
Yeah, her and her sister.
It's a great bar.
Yeah.
It's a very small bar. Just very... They have an outside seating area that's kind of like... it's covered.
It's literally the size of like a normal McDonald's.
We're talking about the same bar. Yep, that's the one. It's a great bar, very cheap. You can go there for $2.50 a fucking Bud Light and a bottle. It's fucking...
Also, I went there when I used to work at Frenchie's. When me and Brian went with these two girls, and yeah,
what was their name? Jerry and Terry. But I think we can come to a consensus that the best bar down here is Frenchie's. Like it's one of our favorite ones to go to.
If you're gonna go to Clearwater Beach, and you want drinks and food
for cheap,
for okay prices,
and that's going to be decent quality.
Oh yeah, definitely Frenchie's.
Frenchie's for sure,
100%,
for sure. And listen here, let me tell you something, Northerners. Don't come down here with your prissy bullshit talking about the bugs and the heat and this dirt. It's on the fucking beach, okay? So get the fuck used to it. It's what happens down here. If you don't know, then don't fucking complain, because I'm sick of it. Don't you dare put dirt on our fucking bars, right, Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you guys do that.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
Don't you complain about the heat? You're in Florida. Shut the fuck up.
They do. Well,
it's so nice, but it's so hot.
Yeah,
well, you're in Florida. You learn this in
either leave or
elementary school.
Either leave or stay, which is why we're leaving. Shouts out. Buddy, it's been a fun episode. It's been a fun day.
It has been a fun day.
I just want to say that everybody go see Bert Kreischer's The Machine in theaters. It's
not going to be out. It's not going to be out. I just want to tell.
Hopefully
you've seen it.
Hopefully you've seen it. If not, please purchase it when DVD when it comes out. Purchase it on streaming. Have fun with your friends and family, like how I did. It was a great bonding experience. And thank you for watching this episode of Super Sour Podcast. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/SuperSourGames, and follow our social media, SuperSourJIR, on all social media.
Social media.
Fuck you, Hannah Gatsby. We love you, all our fans. We're out of here.
Hannah Gatsby.
She's a horrible Australian comic.
Fuck you, Hannah Gatsby. I don't know who you are, but fuck you. No.
It's my alarm clock.
Is it really?
The
Bum,
Rocky.
bum. What's up, guys?